Hey everyone, Mike Kazis here with the New Jersey Disc Jockey Network. We have Jacobsen with us here this evening. We've got a special edition going out tonight. We're going to talk about the DJ Expo 2016, and we're going to actually do a quick run through of the seminars, of what to expect. We'll give you our take on some of these seminars, who's doing them, what they're doing, and why we feel it's going to be a one you should see or miss. So let's get over to our guest tonight. Let's say hello to Darryl Jacobsen from Affair to Remember Entertainment. How you doing?
Hello, Michael. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Jake is also the former president of the New Jersey Disc Jockey Network. He's also a co-founder, and also he is right now one of our trustees. And we're happy to have Jake here on at night. And one of the things that sort of led me to do this was we were on the phone, you and I, Jake, last week, and we were talking about scheduling and how things would work out with our seminars. You have the Party Games with Jake on Tuesday at 3 p.m. and I'm following you with the NJDJN meeting with Randy Bartlett, and that's going to be at 5 o'clock. So, Jake had some good insight on a lot of these seminars and who's speaking them. And I figured, why don't Jake and I get on this this video chat and post it on our NJDJN page afterwards, and then we'll give everybody our take on the seminars.
Sounds fun. Let's start.
All right, let's get this going. So of course, the 10:30 to 11, we'll just skip that part. That's going to be our kickoff in the networking session. And then right after that, at 11 o'clock, we're going to go into the All-Star MCs, hosted by Steve Moody. And go ahead, you can start with this.
I mean, Steve Moody's seminar, it's kind of funny. The first time Steve put this together, nobody knows what's going to happen with something like this, but it turned out to be a huge hit. Yeah. And it's kind of become a thing. You kind of feel like you've made it a little bit if you've gotten to be one of Steve Moody's all-stars. It's a really cool thing to get up in front of your fellow entertainers and speak for about 10 minutes on some part of performance. The thing I like about it the most is that it's a performance aspect. It's not it's not business, it's not marketing, it's all based on performance and how you get to do something really, really cool to make the actual performance part of your events better, specifically weddings. And every year it's definite can't miss.
Right, yeah. I agree. And Steve always does a good job. And I think some of the names that we're going to see, there are going to be some new faces for his seminar here. It's not going to be the same folks that
he tries to have different faces. I think there's only been a couple times anybody's been repeated, so it's pretty new people all the time. And he's got another great lineup. They're all pretty much all my friends, all my good friends. So I'm really excited to see these people get a shot at it.
Right. I think the last time I saw the flyer for this one was is George Cremides. He's going to be part of this.
Yes, he is. Good old George. We love Cremides.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So I feel bad I don't have Steve Moody's list of entertainers, his all-star panel. I don't have it in front of me.
Neither do I.
I like his entire list, and I feel awful for not knowing it all. But in any case, let's go on to number 2.
All right, so number 2, if we stick to the Tiara Ballroom B, and here's one of the things that we were kind of contemplating, because we could stick to Tiara Ballroom B, which is usually always mobile DJ entertainers. But yes. I know there's that speed quizzing thing going on from 12:30 to 1:30. And Diamond.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about that when we get down to the 5 o'clock, because we'll talk about that, because that's going to kind of go hand in hand with Michael Evers's. So
okay, all right. So we'll skip over that one. So if you're staying in Tiara Ballroom B, and then you got 12:30 it ends the All-Star MCs, and then 1 o'clock we'll start the next seminar, and that's going to be more keys to a great DJ and MC performance. And this, I believe, this one is being facilitated by Mike Walter.
Mike Walter? Who's that?
know, right?
Is he somebody I should know?
Yeah, I know. I was waiting to see how long we could not mention his name at the expo.
You know, in all seriousness, everything that Mike puts out is pretty special and fantastic. I've never seen Mike give a seminar that was anything less than amazing. So of course, I'll be sitting as close to the front row as I can for this. If you're an idiot if you don't listen to what Mike has to say, and even if you think you know everything that Mike could possibly talk about, just to watch what a polished speaker he is just a joy to behold in itself. So yeah, it's fantastic. So let's what do we got coming up? We've got the I just want to stick kind of like to the DJ performance.
Yeah, we'll stick to mobile DJ. So we've got a little bit of a break in between. Actually not. Let me see. If his is going to end at 2:30, then 3 o'clock is going to roll into how to win more business at bridal shows. This I thought was going to be interesting too, because to me, I think Angel Vendrell of Diamond Productions, New Jersey's Diamond Productions, I think this is a debut seminar for him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Angel's been doing this for a long time. Saw him do a Latin seminar, how to do Latin parties, which is really, really informative. So I expect, Angel knows his stuff, and he's been in the business for a long time. I remember being in his office at Diamond Productions years ago up in Edison and being totally impressed. And just by the way he had everything laid out, I could honestly say he's probably going to do something really, fantastic. So got to make sure you get to that, especially if you're doing bridal shows. Anytime you can get an idea or a nugget that could make you more successful with booking brides, you'd be a fool not to go with it.
Yeah. I actually ran into Angel's company, Diamond Productions, by accident. Tony and I were engaged at the time, and we were looking at halls, and just so happens that we were looking at the Battlegrounds Country Club, and Diamond Productions was putting on a bridal show, and we were impressed, considering how many bridal shows I've been to, I've seen, and started taking Tony to bridal shows, during our engagement, and we had a good time with them. It was a lot of fun.
Should be fun. I mean, and then we have. I'm gonna skip the. Let me see here. We got the Diamond Room D. Let me see here.
Yeah, we'll skip talking tech.
I want to skip the panels and just go on to the main things. We have a 5 to 6 branding, how to leverage trivia nights into regular business, and this is a little special to me. This is actually a really good friend of mine. This is Mike Kazis from the HV, HV DJ, which is Hudson Valley DJs. Mike is I have been promoting Mike. He's been at almost every single one of my game seminars. When I first started going to DJ Times in 2003, that's where I met Mike, and him and I became really good friends. And we found out that we had a lot in common. And about it's been years now, he started doing this trivia thing at Fridays. I had a little, had a little knowledge about how this whole trivia thing came up. He started doing these trivia things at Fridays up near him. Nice. And he started turning it into this booming business. He went from 1 to 2 to 3. All of a sudden, he had all these Fridays. And he came up with a way to not only get business during the week doing trivia nights, which is good in itself, but then he found a way to use branding to expand trivia nights so that he was getting bookings for weddings and bar mitzvahs and all kinds of other events through his trivia night. And he's going to be sharing that. I've talked with him at length about what he's doing with his seminar. He did something a smaller version of this for the New Jersey Disc Jockey Network a few years ago.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Great, and he's got a lot more information. Definitely look forward to seeing Mike. This is his first national conference seminar. I'm really excited for him.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I do remember the seminar he did. What was it, 2 years ago? I think we did the swap meeting, and then he had his presentation, which was very interesting.
So that ends him, and then we go to Tuesday.
Yeah, so now Tuesday is a lot of fun because you and I are both part of this. And
actually, you know what? Before we go there, real fast, I would be in Diamond Room D from 5:30 to 6:30. We have the Master in the Art of Connecting, which is Jerry Bizzata. I really don't know Jerry all that well, but I know he's very well respected in the mobile business.
Yes, yeah.
He's got something about written communication.
Mm-hmm.
He's got from what it says here, the value proposition, engaging clients in conversation, attracting new business. While I don't know Jerry that well myself, I think it's probably going to be a great presentation.
Yeah.
I just really wish it wasn't going up against Mike's so much.
I know, I'm kind of torn, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do something like this for viewers, because this is exactly one of the spots where I'm torn. I do like Jerry. I have seen a bunch of his seminars in the past, and he does do a great job. So I feel like this is going to be missed material if we're sort of picking and choosing.
I saw Dr. Drax write on a post. I put a thing about DJ Times moving, which we can talk about later. But he was saying, it's a great problem to have, and he's absolutely right. You have this problem that there's so many awesome seminars and you don't know which one to go to. That's a great problem. Having them overlap is, if you've got so much content it's overlapping, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Let's move on so we don't sit here. I don't think it's for an hour, but we'll go to.
We're moving over to Wednesday.
We'll move over to Tuesday.
Sorry, over to Tuesday.
We're moving over to Tuesday.
Yeah. Now, I'm not even going to mention the fact that we were going to be on Tuesday morning because I don't want to confuse people.
No, don't even say it. We know where we are now. We'll talk about that later. But the first, the country music and dance seminar is in Diamond Room D from 12:30 to 2.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't know Alan Cohn. Alan, if you're out there, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know you, Alan. Yeah.
I will say I'm blown away by the popularity lately of country music. I'm the lead singer and guitar player in a rock band, and I play a lot of bars with my guitar, and I'm amazed at what happens every time I play a country song. People go nuts.
Yeah, right.
I may have to make it. Actually, I'm probably going to make it a point that I stop and see at least some of this, because if he's got some cool things to tell me. Plus, he's got an energetic dance lesson in there that might be worth it too. So,
yeah.
Well, now we'll hit what I call the 3-play here for me, anyway.
Triple play Tuesday, yeah.
1 to 2:30 in Tiara Ballroom B, the Mitzvah Massive, with another no name in the industry that nobody likes, Sean Big Daddy McKee. What can you say about Sean? He's like the most lovable person possibly in all of mobile DJing.
Yeah.
And every year for the last few years, he's been doing this mitzvah thing. He keeps bringing in fresh mitzvah entertainers to give some new ideas. And if you're in the mitzvah market and you're doing mitzvahs and you're looking to get new content, one of the things I really like about what Sean has done is that he's not taking guys who we've seen a million times before, and not that they're not fantastic. I mean, everyone he's ever had is great, but he's been bringing in a lot of new blood lately. It's nice to see some of these young guys. They've got so much energy and so much passion, and they get out there and they do some dancing, and you can just see that they're just thrilled to be there. I really enjoy that. And so, if you're in the bar and bat mitzvah market, it's an absolute must. If you are in the interactive entertainment market, I think it's a must. So, it's not just a matter of being into bar and bat mitzvahs, but if you're an interactive MC, you really need to be there. Coming up after that.
Right, so that's from 1 to 2:30, and then half-hour break in between, and then we go right to 3 o'clock, Party Games with Jake.
Party Games with Jake.
Who's that guy?
I don't know him well. I've been told he's extremely handsome and an amazing entertainer. It's funny. I mean, really, this seminar, I get a lot of credit for it, and I really don't deserve as much as I get, because the magic of this seminar is from all the awesome presenters that I have every year, and this year's no different. I've got amazing people, including some first-timers who've never, presented at all. One of them I'm really looking forward to is Todd Mahal. He's in upstate New York, and he sent me a list of games that he does with dice. The dice that you get from, I wish I had one here, but they're
the big ones.
The ones I was showing at a game seminar for the NJDJN. He sent me a list of like 10 games. He's going to be doing a few of them at the seminar. And the guy is like, especially with the dice, he's really fantastic. But I've got Mike Levers in it. I've got Adam Weitz. I've got Jerry Syracusa. I've got... You know what? Before I leave anybody off, I should read my list here. I think I've got a list of guys that I've got in there.
Yeah, good idea.
I've got Todd. I've got Fox Feltman. I've got Betsy Fisher, who's going to be who's reigning DJ of the year. Yeah. Be like the last thing she does before she goes out. Yeah. George Panzita and Greg Holman. I can't.
Is he doing his? I'm not going to mention.
He showed a game. You were there, Mike. Yeah. He showed a game at the NJDJN games.
That was a lot of fun.
It was fantastic, and I want him to show that because it was just so much fun.
I've dubbed that game the game you hate to forget, because it's some prep work to put it together, but
if you take the time to do it,
exactly.
even if nobody ever plays it anywhere, it'll be so much fun to play.
Oh yeah,
seminars.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spend too much time. I don't want to be self-congratulatory. So let's move on.
Okay.
Close to my heart.
Yes.
Close to my heart is my own seminar, 5 o'clock, the New Jersey Disc Jockey Network.
Yes.
And with our president, Mike Kazis.
That's me.
Really hit it out of the park, brought in as A-lister as you can get with the 1% solution man himself, Randy Bartlett. You have done a good job on this, Mike.
Thank you. I had help, but yes.
Listen, being a president, and I know a little bit about this, being president is about how it happens. It's that it happens.
That's right.
So, I don't care if you did horrible things behind the scenes to get him to go. You did good.
Well, I guess as a president, the one thing you know how to do is you know how to ask for help from people. You can't do everything by yourself. And
the last time I got Randy Bartlett to the NJDJN meeting, I used Randy Ray to bring him in. And when I finally talked to him, he said, "That was really smart of you getting Randy Ray to call me." He goes, "I can say no to you. I can't say no to her." Exactly. So however you did it to get him in there. Great. But I mean, he's I've seen so many Randy Bartlett presentations. He's amazing. I just saw him out at Mobile Beat in March. He was fantastic. I've seen Randy Bartlett, I'm going to guess around 15 times, giving seminars all across the country. He's just amazing every single time. So anybody, if you missed the New Jersey Disc Jockey Network meeting at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, shame on you. Okay, so now Wednesday. Let's move to Wednesday.
Yeah, now Wednesday we have, let's see here, go right to the morning. So now we're back at 10 o'clock in the morning. We had a nice late Tuesday, which was nice. I guess if you want to jump in and 12:30 at a seminar, but now we're back at 10 o'clock with Mike Kinlick, and he's going to be doing What Would You Do? Solutions to Situations. And this sounds like this is going to be like a real-time kind of throw some spontaneous situations and I guess come up with some quick solutions.
Here's a really cool thing. 2 years ago, John Ross, the legend, did this bunch of roundtables at Mobile Beat, and he asked me if I would moderate one of them. So there were about, I'd say, 8 or 9 tables going on with different topics at each one. And he gave me a few for me to choose from, and I chose crisis management. I thought that would be something, because I've dealt with crises before, and I think pretty successfully.
Yeah.
And by far, my table was so overrun with people, way more than all the other tables. I don't think it was because of my sparkling personality. I think it's because people run into problems, and they have those what would you do situations. I think the idea of having a panelist, you know, the questions, you can just imagine how crazy the questions are going to be. If you gathered a bunch of DJs together and just said, you know, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you, or what's the craziest thing you ever saw, you could get 10 DJs together and probably have enough material to write a book. Yeah, so I anticipate this not just to be educational, but highly amusing as well. Sure. And Mike Weeder's on the panel, and you know how funny he is, so we're probably gonna get some laughs. Yeah. Just because Mike's on it.
Oh God, yeah, it's true. You know, I didn't even know he was on the panel too, which I'm looking forward to that now even more.
Yeah, and let me see here. We have how to dominate your market by being fun.
Yep, that's
unique.
That's 12:30. You know, it's interesting too. You have a lot of 1 hour seminars, except for the first one, of course, 10 to 11:30, and then
they're easy to digest that way.
What's that?
You're quick. You know, you get in, get out. I like these hour seminars. Yeah. This is Fox Feltman, another good friend of mine.
You mentioned them, yeah.
Fox, it's kind of funny. I ran into Fox a few years ago. He stopped me in the hall and he said, you know, I'd really like to be in your game seminar sometime. I said, well, you know, that's what the game seminar is all about. Mm. And I put him in, and him and I started talking. And it's kind of funny because he was, if you read this, how he went from having a full-time day job with, you know, 20 weddings a year and then going full-time. I remember speaking with him about taking the leap of faith into being a full-time DJ, and he'd credited me and a whole bunch of other people, which, you know, was completely unnecessary. But, you know, it was me talking to him and saying, you know, go for it, do it, follow your dream. And, you know, he's kicking some butt down in North Carolina now. So definitely want to see what Fox has to say. Yeah. He's also going to be in my game seminar. He's a great guy. I'm looking forward to seeing what Fox has in store for us. Let me see here.
So,
real fast, Eternal Lighting has a presenting Luminaire 3 to make your light show stand out. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because I'm really good friends with Mark Mallet, who owns it. He's a great guy.
Yes. One of our Luminaire sources of information has been Mike Weeder as well.
Yes.
But I would like to hear someone else for a change.
We have organizing music, the state of the crate.
Yeah. Now that was interesting too, because I saw a name in here I never saw before, and I looked on Facebook. Philadelphia jock Linda Lee, L-E-I.
I'm guessing it's Lee. I don't know her.
From what I've seen,
I think it's actually a really cool idea for a seminar.
Yeah, it would be really cool. But I think she does a lot of club work, a lot of music production, remixes.
The problem with her seminar for me and a lot of mobile DJs is going to be that she's going up against Steve Moody in Ballroom.
Who's going to steal the show with How to Steal the Show every time?
Unfortunately for Linda, she's probably going to steal most of the mobile DJ industry into his seminar. Mm-hmm. You know, Steve Moody's is just another one of those people in the DJ industry you can't help but love. He's, you know, one of the nicest human beings. Him and his wife Lori just are almost so nice. You almost wonder how people can be actually that nice and be that nice. But Steve is another one who always just delivers. He, if you ever see whenever he starts his all-star show, it's always fantastic. His part of it is fantastic every time. Every seminar I've ever seen, you can tell he puts tons and tons of hours of work into preparing them and organizing them. Probably one of the better organized DJs going on. Yeah. He did that thing for cancer a couple years ago, where he had the seminars down there, which I got to be a part of, and I don't know, because I'm sitting here online right now, I can't think of what the name of that whole thing.
The Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
Yes, it was for that, and
what was the name of the priest? Oh, the name of the priest. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. We'll have to.
Steve, if you're out there, I'm sorry, I've got a brain fart right now.
We'll put that in the comments on YouTube.
Yeah, you can throw that in there. But Steve's going to be fantastic. Let me see here. 4 to 5, why your client's experience matters.
Yes.
Do you know Brian Benissisi? I'm hoping I said it right. I don't know Brian.
I don't know Brian either.
But it looks interesting.
Yeah, I did mention this one last week in the video I did last week because it was. I liked it, the fact, client experience, because I'm heavy into, customer service, customer focus as a big part of my business, and it would be interesting to hear someone else's perspective on it.
It's it definitely is. I'm friends with Brian on Facebook.
Okay.
So I'm just looking.
I think I am now. Yeah.
But I don't really know him all. I think I've met him a couple times. So if Brian, I think I'm looking at his picture. I'm like, okay, I know who this is.
Okay.
Just didn't recognize the name. He always seems like a real nice guy. Let's see here. We're almost. Oh, okay. 5:30 to 6:30. Social media madness.
Mm-hmm.
This is KC Keith Kokoras out of Chicago.
Yes.
This guy is a businessman all the way through. He's really into social media. Probably, he's on Facebook constantly. He's using social media constantly, and he's not afraid to. I like the fact that Keith is extremely, he says it how it is and how he sees it. I've always liked people like that. I've seen Keith give a few seminars, and he always gives a lot of great information. I've got pages from being in his seminars. So his is the last real, mobile DJ seminar, and I think it's a great way to end it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So a couple other things before we head off. Is one, I think Monday night you're going to have the DJ kickoff party, which I think is amazing. Mike Walter always is fantastic with that. Mm-hmm. And on Wednesday night we're going to have the DJ of the Year contest.
Yes, yeah.
We've got another 12 people ready to go. I can't say enough about the DJ of the Year contest. I just, it was. I remember being in awe of it. And I've always, I've been a contestant a few times. It's a crazy cool experience. And to be, having been in it, and when I watch the contest now, because I was a contestant, I always have so much respect for the people that get in and perform in front of their peers. There is no feeling like it in the world. And my hat's off to everybody who's ever gotten on that stage.
Yeah, I agree. A little torn for this one too. We have Chris Atwood, and we have I just looked at the picture that went out for the contestants, and I think we have one more NJDJN. Oh, Jack Bermeo.
Well, we've got it's fun. I mean, and this happens. This happens every year. It's a who's who. I don't know. They're always like so many of my friends. Yeah. I think of the top 12 this year, I think 10 of them are really good friends of mine. So, and being a judge, one of the things I do as a judge is I pretend I don't know anybody, pretend I know none of them.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be absolutely fair. I remember sitting there in my chair last year, pretending I didn't know anybody because I wanted to judge the scores, completely unbiased.
Sure, yeah. Based
on performance. I think I owe that to my friends and to the people that I might not. They should be completely fair.
Absolutely.
So the lineup is fantastic for DJ of the Year. I'm looking forward to seeing it. There's certain ones who I've seen perform before that just, I'm very intrigued to see certain performances, and I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to stick around for that. And then that'll pretty much cover seminars and special events. And there's no events going on Tuesday night, is there? Or is there the promo only party, or do we have?
There's let me see here. They've got
because I wasn't going to touch up on the evening events, but since we're talking about them, I think the three highlights, of course, there's the Monday night. Party hosted by Mike.
And then you've got that DJ Alessio on the rooftop.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you do have you'd have that. Let's see here. I don't want to take it too long because I mean, really, from the mobile aspect, a lot of club guys are probably interested in all the other stuff, but for me, I really only care about the two, the Monday and the Wednesday night party, because they're directly related to people who I know and care about in the DJing. So really, I mean, it's kind of funny. I was seeing online on my particular post today about, where's the expo going to be, and a lot of people, wherever it winds up, I will be there. There's so many people in the DJ industry who are just absolutely wonderful people. I only get to see them maybe a couple times a year. In case of DJ Times, there are people I see at DJ Times I only see at DJ Times that I really look forward to seeing. There's people from other states and all over the country who come there, and I'm thrilled to see them every year, to network, to talk, to have a meal with them. Is fantastic. So wherever DJ Times winds up, I'm sure to follow it.
I agree. Yeah. All right. So I think we've taken enough of everyone's time, and we will see everyone. Is it next week already? It was 2 weeks away still. Well, gosh, we're in the middle of the week already. So we got about a week and a half before we all head down there.
If there's anybody we forgot, we're sorry. We're kind of doing this on the fly here while we're looking.
Yeah, we pretty much covered the mobile DJ aspect of things, and I don't think we'll do a few other ones here and there, some videos. I'll bring on some other people. At least I'll try within the week and a half that we have left.
Okay, and, let's wrap this up before people.
All right, so if anyone is looking for any additional information, just go to DJ Times /Expo. Is that right? I don't know. Or if
you can just go to the DJExpo.com.
Yeah, that's all. The DJExpo.com. And for our members, we'll see you guys down there. For everyone else who's not a member or an honorary member, we look forward to seeing you again real soon. All right. Have a good night, guys. See you in a couple of weeks.
You got it.